The sound of high heels clicking against the tile floor of the supermarket echoed like a drum beat. Tasha Akintola, dressed in a white jumpsuit that hugged a hourglass figure, adjusted her oversized sunglasses as she swept into the store. Her bag dangled from her hand, the signature logo boldly displayed for all to see. Behind her, Emeka pushed a shopping cart. His broad shoulders slumped slightly. He wore a plain shirt and a jeans. Tasha stopped in front of a shelf, stacked with imported pasta. "Why are you so slow, Emeka?" she snapped, not even looking back at him. "I have told you we need to hurry. People don't have all day." Emeka exhaled quietly and pushed the cart closer. "Tasha, maybe we should stick to the basics of today. Things are still—" "Cut that, please. Cut that nonsense, Emeka. Not here, not now, please," she interrupted, waving a perfectly manicured hand. "Do you want me to starve? Or do you think I will lower my standard for some poor bitch? Please, Emeka, allow me do my thing. Cut that, please. Spare me this bullshit." Before Emeka could respond, a cheerful voice called out from behind. "Tasha, is that really you?" Tasha turned and froze. It was Sophia and Adana, her old friends from the university. They were the type of women she had always tried to outshine, wealthy, stylish, and sharp-tongued. Today, they were immaculately dressed, and their jewelry sparkling under the store fluorescent lights. Tasha's face lit up with a dazzling smile as she walked towards them. "Sophia and Dana, look at you both, glowing as always." The three women hugged tightly, their laughter filling the whole supermarket. Sophia looked Tasha up and down with an approving nod. "You haven't aged a day, Tasha. Still beautiful. And that jumpsuit, so stunning. You are looking beautiful." "Thank you, darling," Tasha said, striking a small pose. "You know I always keep things elegant. It's a luxury or nothing." She smiled. Adana glanced past Tasha, her gaze landing on Emeka, who stood quietly a few feet away, hand resting on the cart's handle. "And who is he?" she asked, curious. Tasha's smile wavered for a split second before she chuckled slightly. "Oh, that's my driver," she said, her voice casual but firm. "Emeka helps me run errands and all of that. You know how it is now." Luxury or nothing. Emeka grip on the cart tightened. As he said nothing, his expression remained neutral, though a storm brewed silently in his chest. "Oh, I see," Sophia said, sharing a knowing look with Adana. "It's good to have reliable help, you know. Anyways, Tasha, we are just talking about hosting a little get-together this weekend. You must come, please. We want you there. You know you always bring life to our party. You're always the life of the party. Please, we want you absolutely," Tasha replied. I laughed first. "I wouldn't miss it for the world. I'll be there, live and direct. Just send me the location." The women chatted a little longer, exchanging stories and compliments before Sophia and Adana waved goodbye and walked away. As soon as they were out of sight, Tasha's bright demeanor dimmed. She turned back to Emeka, her expression hard. "Why were you standing there like a statue now? At least you should have pretended to look professional. I'm sorry though, but you should have just pretend to look professional to make this whole thing seem real. Please, you shouldn't have just stand there like a statue now." Emeka's voice was low and steady as he replied, "Tasha, remember I'm still your husband." Tasha ignored his words and continued with her shopping, grabbing items without care for the growing total. She spoke only when they reached at the checkout counter. "Emeka, I'm done. Pay," she demanded, Her tone cold. I told you, Tasha. We need to cut back, he said, pulling out his wallet. This lifestyle of yours is draining the little savings I have left. Tasha's eyes flashed with irritation. Can you just stop complaining and pay? Do you want to disgrace me here? No, do you want to disgrace me? Please, just pay. Pay. Let's get out of here, please. You are the one who messed up your business, not me. Don't bring it on me, please. Emeka paid in silence, his heart heavy as they loaded the car. He watched Tasha tap away on her phone, probably preparing for her next social media post about her perfect life. That evening, under the glow of her ring lights, Tasha posted a picture of herself in her jumpsuit with a caption, "Never settle for less, ladies. Life is too short to be with a poor man. Hashtag luxury living. Hashtag feeling blessed." When they pulled into the driveway of their modest home, Tasha sighed dramatically, unbothered by Emeka's tension. "Tasha, we need to talk." "Not now, Emeka," she said, stepping out of the car. "I'm tired." But Emeka wasn't having it. He got out, slamming the car door behind him. "No, Tasha, we are talking now." Tasha froze, startled by the sharpness in his voice. She turned to face him, her hands crossed defensively. "What is it now, Emeka? You've been stalking all day." "Stalking?" Emeka's voice rose, the frustration boiling over. "You called me your driver. Your driver, Tasha, in front of your friends. Do you have any idea how humiliating it was?" Tasha rolled her eyes, brushing past towards him. "Oh, stop being so dramatic. It's not like they care. I just said it. Besides, they don't even know you." "But I care. I care, Tasha," Emeka shouted, his voice echoing in the quiet neighborhood. "Do you even hear yourself? You stood there and belittled me, your husband, as if I'm some stranger you hired to push a cart." Tasha turned sharply, her eyes narrowly. "And what do you expect me to say, What do you expect me to say? You expect me to tell them that you are my husband, who can't even provide for me anymore? Do you want me to announce to the whole world that we are broke? We need to package ourselves the little way it is, anyhow." Emeka had clenched at her words, but he held his ground. "Tasha, we are not broke. We are not broke. We are just struggling. Yes, we are still surviving. And instead of working with me to make things possible for us, you've made it a mission to make me feel like a failure every single day." Tasha's face hardened. "Maybe if you didn't fail, I wouldn't have to remind you." Emeka took a step back, as if her words as physically struck him. He laughed bitterly, shaking his head. "You know I married you because I thought we were a team. I thought you loved me for more than my money. But it's clear now, you never loved me. You only loved the lifestyle I could give to you. And you married me because I was beautiful." Tasha shot back, her voice dripping with venom. "Don't act like you are innocent, Emeka. You knew what you were getting into." Emeka was silent for a moment, chest rising and falling with deep breath as he tried to control his temper. "You are right," he finally said. When Emeka first met Tasha, she was the kind of woman who could turn head in a crowded room. Her caramel skin glowed with youthful radiance, and her laughter, light, could disarm even the coldest heart. She was the vision of beauty, and Emeka, a wealthy real estate mogul at that time, was captivated. Tasha had a knack for captivating attention, and Emeka wasn't immune. She was ambitious, outspoken, and confident in her own world. But what truly sealed it for him was her energy behind closed doors. She was a baddie, as her friends called her. Their whirlwind romance was like something out of a Nollywood movie. Expensive dinners, surprise gifts, and exotic vacations. Emeka spared no expense to win her over, flying out to Santorini one month and Mavis the next. Tasha, in return, was the picture of love and devotion. She cooked favorite meals, showered him with affection, and always made him feel like a king. In the early days of their marriage, their love was passionate. Tasha often posted glowing tributes to Emeka on her Instagram page, alongside other pictures of their luxurious lifestyle, private jets, designer outfits, and breathtaking views from their five-star hotels. Married to my soulmate, one caption had read. Her followers adored her, many calling her their role model. The ring light became her best friend as she created videos advising other young women to never settle for less. She flaunted her latest handbags, shoes, and outfits, always emphasizing the importance of finding a man who could provide the life of their dreams. Her audience ate it up, showering her with admiration and envy. Emeka didn't mind her flamboyance then. He had money to burn, and he loved seeing her happy. It gave him the treat to know that he was the man who made her dream come true. Emeka's affection was shallow. He had been drawn more to Tasha's beauty and the chemistry they shared in the bedroom than her substance. The risky investment in the construction sector went south, wiping out a significant portion of Emeka's wealth. Contracts dried up, debts mounted, and soon the life of luxury they had built began to crumble. At first, Tasha tried to be supportive. She would rub his shoulders after long days and reassured him that everything would be fine. But as the financial strain worsened, her patience thinned. "You need to fix this, oh, Emeka," she started saying, her tone sharp. "This isn't the life you promised me." Her Instagram post told a different story. Tasha maintained the illusion of their perfect life, posting throwback pictures of their vacations and glamorous events. She would caption them with lines like, "Living the dream, no matter what." But behind the scene, things were falling apart. The once loving wife became a constant critic. Every decision Emeka made was wrong. Every effort he put in wasn't enough. She would roll her eyes whenever he suggested any cutback on expenses. "You are the man. Find a way to make money," she would say, her voice laced with disdain. Emeka tried to reason with her, but she wouldn't listen. She still expected the shopping, the trips, the luxurious dinners, even when they could barely afford to pay their bills. The loving, carefree Tasha he had married seemed like a distant memory. As days passed by, Emeka couldn't meet up with Tasha over demanding requests. His funds dried up further. Tasha found other ways to maintain her extravagant lifestyle. Loan apps become a lifeline. She borrowed millions, promising herself she would pay them back once things improved. At the same time, she visited various fashion and beauty brands, pinching herself as an ambassador. Her polished Instagram profile and her ability to exclude sham made her convincing. The brand were eager to work with her. They gave her clothing and accessories to advertise, trusting her completely. Each time they handed her the items, she held her head high, feeling important and validated. But Tasha, overwhelmed by her debt and unwilling to let go of her accusations, never fulfilled her end of the bargain. She didn't return the items, nor did she post the agreed upon advertisement. As time went by, the calls from the loan apps became consistent. Their aggressive tactics were relentless, threatening to expose her to her contact if she didn't pay up. Meanwhile, the brand grew suspicious. Wondering why there was no sign of their goods on her page, Tasha ignored them all, hoping the storm would pass. One day, Tasha decided to make a quick trip to a boutique to browse. She strutted confidently through the market square, oblivious of the eyes that followed her. Tasha! The sharp voice made her freeze mid-step. She turned to see two women, one of the fashion brand she had deceived. They were accompanied by a man holding a phone, clearly recording. Before Tasha could react, they approached her. Their expression, a mix of anger and determination. "You thought you could run, Tasha," one of the women said, her voice loud enough to draw the attention of passerby. Tasha immediately took a step back, her heart pounding. "What are you talking about? Oh, I did not. What are you talking about? I don't know you. Can you get out of my way?" She stammered, trying to maintain her steeze and composure. "Are you denying us? You said you don't know us. Tasha, you came to my store begging to influence for me. I paid you 2 million naira to influence my goods for me. But what do? I gave you goods worth hundreds of thousands, and you have ignored every attempt I made to comfort you. Nor do you post my goods in your page. Tasha, I'm going to deal with you today. Video her, oh. Record her for the world to see. Come and record her. They are calling you baddie. Yahoo influencer. Record her for her to see. She stole my goods. She stole my clothes. She stole my money." "Calm down, madam," Tasha said. "I was going to return them. Can you stop embarrassing me? Calm down. I said I'm going to," she stammered. "It's been months, Tasha. Do you think I'm a fool?" The man recording stepped closer, ensuring he captured every detail. "Say it louder for the camera. Say it louder for the camera, Tasha. Tell everyone how you scam brands." Tasha's heart sank. "Please, can we talk privately? Let's talk privately," she begged. "No, you didn't handle this privately when you ignored us. So now we are handling it publicly." The woman shot back. The humiliation was unbearable. People pulled out their phones, recording the spectacle and whispering amongst themselves. "Isn't this the woman who is always flaunting designer bags on Instagram? Fake life." Another muttered. Tasha's carefully curated image was crumbling before her eyes as the crowd grew. The brand representative continued to disgrace her, listing her offenses. "You're a fraud, Tasha," the second woman yelled. "People would know the truth about you today. I will so deal with you today that all my money and everything you have eaten, you will vomit them right here." Tasha was still reeling from the confrontation when the situation took a darker turn. The brand representative, in their anger, decided they wouldn't let her get away with the deceit any longer. Without a moment of hesitation, they marched her to the nearest police station, the video still rolling on the man's phone. The crowd had even grown bigger, some even cheering as they watched the spectacle unfold. Tasha, humiliated and defeated, was dragged through the streets like a criminal. Her designer clothes, once the symbol of her superiority, were now a mockery. Her shoes had been abandoned in the scene, and her dress was torn as she struggled to keep up. People yelled insults, filming her every move, making sure to capture her shame for the whole world to see. At the police station, the charges were clear: fraud, theft, and breach of contracts. The brands had reported her for not returning their clothes and for defrauding them of payment. The loan apps were relentless, demanding repayment for the money she had borrowed but never intended to pay. The police too were not kind. Tasha had become a symbol of everything wrong with the culture she had embraced. The officers, having no sympathy for her, treated her like a criminal, forcing her into a holding cell, where she sat in the stench of defeat, trying to collect what little dignity she had left. Her phone buzzed with many messages, but she had no energy to check them. By the time Emeka found out what happened, it was too late. The news of Tasha's arrest and the scandal had spread like wildfire. He had been quietly working to rebuild his life, and this was something he never expected. Emeka was devastated. He couldn't believe what had become of the woman he once adored, the woman who had dazzled him with her beauty and confidence. He had warned her, begged her to stop living a fake life, but she had never listened. He visited the police station. The sight of Tasha there broke his heart. Tasha looked nothing like the woman he had married. The once proud woman who had commanded the room with her presence was now a shell of herself, sitting in the cell. Her head hung low. He stood there for a moment, just staring at her, unable to speak. Finally, he took a deep breath and said, "I can't keep doing this, Tasha. I've tried. I've really tried. I have. I've begged you several times, even give you the little I have, for you to be living a moderate life, but you refuse. Tasha, you have pushed me to my limit." Tasha raised her head, her eyes red from crying. She wanted to say something, to beg for his forgiveness, but the words wouldn't come. She had ruined everything. "I'm sorry," she whispered. Emeka turned away, unable to look at her any longer. "I'm sorry too. I loved you, Tasha, but I can't keep letting you drag me down with you. I have to move on." He walked away without looking back. Months passed. The media buzzed with the scandal surrounding Tasha. As time went on, the noise gradually faded. People moved on, and Tasha was left to pick up the broken pieces of her life. Emeka, on the other hand, slowly began to rebuild. He kept his head low, focusing on his work and personal growth. In time, he met someone new, a woman who understood the value of honesty and hard work. Her name was Ifoma. She was kind, grounded, and supportive. Their relationship was far more from what Emeka had once known. They married quietly, away from the eyes of the public, and built a life together. One based on trust and mutual respect. Emeka life flourished again. He opened a successful business, something he had always dreamed of. He moved on into a comfortable home, one he could afford without stretching himself thin. There was peace now, the kind that had eluded him during the time with Tasha. Tasha, meanwhile, faced the consequences of her actions. The loan app pursued her recklessly, and her reputation was tarnished beyond repair. She had lost everything: the luxury, the fame, and most importantly, Emeka. Though she tried to rebuild in her own way, her past halted her. At every turn, she had learned the hard way that living a lie always catches up with you at the end.